So it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and this is part 3 of fixing these bad hairlines off of a DXF file. And what I would do, Jason, is, or anybody that's watching this, and you want to make this thicker, and it looks like that, but there is a hairline, and see what's going on. There's something going on with these lines. So what I would do, and Jason, also I changed the laser size to the size of your bed. That's the way I like to do things. I'm going to take this line and I'm going to nudge it over out of the way. And there is something going on here. It's got a hairline. So what I would suggest doing would be to take your Smart Fill tool and fill that in. I'm only going to do one side to save some time and we can see the difference. And then I'm going to move that down way too far, but we're going to keep our nudge distance on 7 inches. And that's our new color fill. So I'm going to left click, right click on red. And now I'm going to take this thing and I'm going to contour it to make it just a little bit thicker, because that's our end result. So go up to Effects, Contour, and we're going to contour to the outside. Let's go 0.005 and hit apply. And I did the contour in black so we could see the difference. And then I'm going to go to Arrange, Break Contour Apart, and I'm going to click, and I'm just going to move one out of the way for a second. This is our new contour. So now if we take the Smart Fill tool and fill it in, you've got a substantially thicker line, and because we haven't moved it, we can put it right back to where it was. And remember, I just did one side, so you could do that to both sides, or you can do it, as long as you're set your object origin to that side and Control D and make a duplicate, and then take that till you get that arrow and do that. I didn't make a duplicate. Control D, make a duplicate and move it like this. And then you could space them out a little bit. They should still be in the center. You could set your nudge factor on something less, like 1/4 of an inch. And you could nudge that one to the right and nudge this one to the left. That's too far. Let's go back to 0.125. Nudge this in. Nudge this one in. And you still should be in the center of the page. And it's quite a bit thicker. It might even actually be too thick, but that would engrave good. Now there is still a hairline. No, there's not, because we used the Smart Fill tool. Now the reason I set your bed size to your laser, because I know what laser you have. Earlier in the second video I said to move this out of the way. Well, there's a couple of ways you can do that. There's nothing on our bed. So we're going to go to Print, and I'm going to set mine to a laser. I don't ever use this. And I'm going to put Preview. And there's our preview of our print. But what you can do is when you go to Print, if you will just do a raster job, all this will raster. And then what I would do is take my hairline and click on it, and you can see right down there, there's that 10 millimeter hairline. I would actually go with my new one. Now, but we've selected it. Let's go to Print, change to a laser, and I'm going to put Selected. And then I'm going to hit Preview. Now the only thing on my preview is my cut. And then you can run this as a vector job. You still have to do it twice. And that's only after you've figured out that that's going to work for you, because you don't know if there's hairlines in there or not. So that's the way I do stuff when I'm not sure. When somebody sends me a drawing, it's always safer. And I'm almost certain that this isn't your font, because when I brought it in, I didn't have the font you used, so it might look a little bit different. But there's the one we repaired 2 different ways. So this is how we repaired it in the second video. This is how we repaired it in the third video. It might be a little bit too thick. This actually looks better. And you got to think about things like this. Let's change our nudge factor to like 3 inches. And let's nudge this out of the way. And then you could take this one. Let's get them both. Control D. Now let's just nudge it up. And then we can flip it. Well, see what happened? I had my origin set on that left side. You need to put your origin to the middle. And then when we flip it, it'll flip right over. So these are two equal deals. And those should engrave because there's no hairlines. It's only feel. And I'm pretty sure I've got it all fixed. But I would still do it. Unless you're doing a lot of them. If you're only doing one, it's always safer to do this with twice. And remember to fix that hairline because it's still a red point. And let's just do that again. Let's set our nudge factor on something bigger like 7 inches. Let's nudge this out of the way. I like working out of the way. And let's color fill this in with black. See how it's taking a few flashes of the computer? That's because there's something wrong. Now let's nudge it to the left. Let's left click, right click it in red. Now watch how much faster it colors it in. It's done. Then just take away the fill. Take away the fill and add the hairline and nudge it over back to where it was. This is a true hairline. And on my screen, I can definitely see the difference. So that's why you were probably taking so long to cut that, because there's probably a lot of stuff going on inside there. I don't know really I've never really seen that before, but it's something in the DXF file between these two files. I can just see jagged edges where this looks smooth. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.